Welcome back. Hope you all have got a fair idea about how to make our training inclusive. Now, let's move on to our next segment, which is about learning the sign language. Yes, let's take one more step towards inclusion and learn the basics of sign language so that tomorrow, at least if you get a chance, you can start communicating in sign language with our speech and hearing impaired people. Okay, so let me give you a basic introduction about sign language. Sign language is an official language which is being used by deaf people across the world. So, as I already told you, deaf is a most appropriate term because they identify themselves as deaf and they are proud to associate themselves as deaf. And this term is being given by the community itself. So, they will never feel offended if you call them as deaf. So, deaf is completely fine. Now, every country has their own sign language, right? Now, US has American Sign Language, Britain has British Sign Language, Australia has Australian Sign Language, India has Indian Sign Language. Now, in India, as you all know, since India is diverse in nature, so even when it comes to sign language, Indian Sign Language, you will find little bit of variations. For example, say if a Kannada guy from Bangalore, if he has to go to Mangalore, if he has to meet another Kannada guy, right? So you will find variations in Kannada, right? The language. The same thing comes in Indian language also, sign language also. So though Indian Sign Language is a basic, A to Z is a basic sign, but again, if you go to different pockets, if you go to different cities in India, right, you will find little bit of variations, and these variations comes into picture because of the cultural differences, the regional differences, the cultural differences, right? So all these things matters. Now, do you all remember the old Doordarshan news wherein a lady used to come Sunday afternoon? A lady used to come and does some signs and all. Yes, that is Indian Sign Language. So we were used to be inclusive at that time itself. But nowadays we have thousands of TV channels, but hardly we could see any news which is accessible. Which means even in this particular current lockdown, most of the news, okay, especially with related to corona, is not at all accessible. So what I am trying to do is I am trying to convey to my deaf friends in sign language about the latest happenings which is there in the current lockdown. Okay, so with this, I'm signing off, and in the next video, I'll teach you about the basics of alphabets in Indian Sign Language. Stay tuned. Thank you.